What up? Welcome to another episode of Front of Mind the Bow. Special guest this week, the homie from way back in the day. I know this dude since like second grade. It's some old school shit here. This dude know a lot of secrets about me.
Cascade Elementary.
Cascade Elementary. He just seen the other chicks I done went out with. He know all that shit. We gonna talk about that. My homeboy, the original P. Diddy, Paris is in the house.
Thank you, man. That was an awesome intro.
Hey, man, I got to bring it to, come to the stage, do a comedian. You got to bring somebody to the stage like a comedian.
I should have slid across the stage or something.
Hey, so you got to come out there like levitate with a cape on like James Brown, But yeah, I've been trying to have my boys on the podcast for a minute. Some of my other boys supposed to join today. They not able to. All good. We're going to get this done one day, but Paris going to hold it down for me. We're going to sit on here and talk this shit.
I'm more than enough.
Yeah, he definitely brings his own
4 million podcasts.
He has an aura all his own. So to give some people insight, so a couple episodes back, I was telling them about the story with the female roommate. So everybody who listens to the story, the female roommate who stiffed me with the rent and moved out when I was at work, this is his associate that he used to work.
It was my fault.
And I told him he could tell you when he told me about the chick, I was like, a female? I was like, he could tell you I wasn't really keen on the shit. But I was like, well, you got to move out. And I need somebody to get the rent. So I guess, yeah, okay, cool. But that motherfucker left me high and dry with the rent.
I assumed she was a responsible young lady. I'm not even joking when I say that. I know I can be sarcastic sometimes. But
she was in the beginning. Like she was in the beginning. There was no problems. We was good.
You shouldn't have pissed her off.
Pete, okay, so if you I left a bowl in the sink with a goddamn spoon in it, sound like some personal shit, bro. I ain't like I left a Thanksgiving dinner amount of dishes in the damn sink. Shit, you tripping on me cutting my hair in the bathroom, talking, well, can you get the hair off the counter? I'm like, I wipe the counters down like CSI this motherfucker, but you done went in here and put braids in your head. You got Yaki all on my goddamn floor in the tub, about the toilet and shit. And you mad about me about 2 little specks of hair? Get the fuck out of here. I was like, this chick is really tripping. I said, P, who the fuck is this you done brought? Like I said, she was cool in the beginning, P. Maybe she was like, well, let me settle in, then I'm gonna be myself. I don't fucking know. She seemed cool in the beginning. But, that shit changed really quickly, bro. I was like, who is you? You got the big bedroom. What is you bitching about? You got the pimp bedroom. You got the bedroom with the big ass closet, the big ass flow space. And I could have moved in that shit. I could have moved like, well, shit, I'm going to the master. I said, you can have that shit. Fuck it. I don't care. As long as you pay your rent and pay me half electric and we split the cable, we good. But you want to come here like this your motherfucking house. The fuck?
I didn't mean to laugh.
No, the shit is funny now, P. Oh, I laugh myself. But
in hindsight, but
Bro, the first year after this shit happened, I said to myself on site, if I see this bitch in the streets, I'm gonna find a really hood chick to beat her ass. I'm not gonna do it because I don't hit women, but I'm gonna find the hoodest chick I know to lay hands on her ass. Hey man, you can't do. I'm from Southwest Atlanta, bro. We don't fuck around like that.
I felt like she ran out with the kids in the middle of the night.
Right, like she was some anime Ike Turner shit. Like she left, like Tina Turner. She took the kids in the middle of the night and was in the car. That nigga found their ass on the side of the road. The truck stopped and shit.
Oh man.
But nevertheless, man, that was in my 21 year days. I'm a much more mature, grounded person than that. Not really though. You fucked me over now. I still have problems, Chad. But if I see that motherfucker now, P, I probably still have a little. Oh, that motherfucker is right there. She ain't gonna know me watching. Hey, you remember me? I ain't think you did, bitch. Who are you? Oh, you remember me, goddamn. But nevertheless. So, man, how's everything been going with the whole pandemic lockdown? I know a lot of people so. Pete, give people a little background about yourself, like where you are, what you do, family, all that kind of stuff.
So I was working from home before the pandemic happened. I worked for myself, just started that up like maybe 3 years ago now. So it didn't really change anything for me that much work wise. What did change was the kids being home every day. Because they've been homeschooling. I mean, they've opened up school for kids in Cobb County, but I'm not down with that. I'd much rather deal with them at home than have to isolate them and incubate them every time they come home. So that's really the only thing that's changed is we've been cooped up, breathing each other's oxygen, smelling each other's farts for the last year. So it could be worse. Other people are in much dire situations. So all in all, man, everything considered, man, I'm pretty
So how
blessed.
you gotta tell me how that is as a dude who live by himself, eligible bachelor ladies. I'm eligible bachelor, so pimping over here. But P is a family man. P got a family. How is it being in like close quarters with your family, damn near like probably 3 times as much as you normal? Because kid, you get a break from kids. They go to school for the hours.
Bro.
Wife may go to work or go do this kind of stuff. I know stuff is still the same, but
Bro.
y'all like literally living like in close quarters. How do y'all like? How's that in your house? Like, how's that situation?
It challenges your patience and questions who you are as a human being. No, it is a issue of patience though, man. Because I mean, the kids are cooped up just like we are. You know what I mean? Like, and the thing that's with them is, I mean, they're 11 and 8, so they don't even realize how cooped up they are necessarily. You know what I mean? Like, they are hitting those more social ages now, and they don't even know what they're missing. I don't think, because it was the first time anyone had to kind of experience this or go through it. So with all the isolation and stuff like that.
So yeah, I was gonna ask you about that. So like with your kids, are they more like they want to be outside or going around people, or are they kind of like they live that little techie life that kids live? As long as I got like a game system or a phone, I'm connected. I can be in the house. I got connection to people.
Bro, they glued to that shit all day. And the thing is too, is I can't blame them, because I'm kind of like that. And I've kind of been like that growing up. So it's my fault for the most part. So yeah, I don't think they're not going to be outside riding bikes, even if they could go outside necessarily. But at least we kick their ass out the house every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? And be like, go play with the kids and across the street or something like that. So
that's good. I just wonder like how, because I think about like if I was like 15 or 16 when this was going on, like how devastating that would be socially, because we ain't had that stuff when we were 16. You didn't have like internet, you didn't have social media, you didn't have like place you can go and be in the house and interact. You had to be out places with people your age or in your neighborhood. You didn't have no outlet in your house to your friends. It was like either your ass outside or at somebody's house, or used to yourself in the house, maybe playing a video game. But that's all you had. Or if you had brothers and sisters, stuff like that. But other than that, your ass cut off. So I'm thankful this shit didn't happen when I was a teenager, because I'd have been in the house fucking like a crackhead.
When we were kids, we actually played outside. Like, we would do things outside sometimes. We would play basketball. We would, do things. And it could just be my kids, man. My kids.
No, bro, this ain't that generation, P. I used to go look at kids when we was young. You see basketball, boys live in the house, or they had male son. You can see bicycles laying in the driveway or in the yard. You don't even see that shit on. Kids do not go outside. I'm like, you talk about all these gadgets and this digital age, kids do not know what outside play. Like, your parents take a break from your ass by sending you outside. Like, don't come back for 3 hours. You go find shit to do for 3 hours and be happy as hell. Now, kids like go outside and play. Why? It's hot. I don't go outside. Why? I don't want to do that. Look, get your monkey ass out of this motherfucking house. Shit. I'm looking at your ass. That's why you gotta go outside. Shit.
It's true, man. And they can connect with all their friends on their tablets or their phones or whatever they got nowadays. On their game consoles, they can connect with all the people they need to connect with. So they kind of don't need to go outside and see them, which is kind of crazy. We living in that world right now, but yeah, I got a flat basketball in the garage right now, man.
Yeah, man, we gotta get on the court, man. It's been I'm working out again on my bike and my lips and shit, but we gotta get on the court.
I'm scared. I'm scared physically what could happen to my body in trying to play basketball at this point.
Really? Well, I'm not like a full game, like maybe like a little shoot around.
Horse.
Like horse. A good game.
Or pig, which is shorter.
Yeah, horse. So we call it a whore. We're gonna play a whore.
We'll do that.
We can play hoe if you want to. Hey man, it's a hoe. Let's play hoe. 1-2, bro. We out.
2 shots.
Exactly.
That would be cool.
I got Trae Young your ass right quick, and I'm out. Yeah.
I'm down, man. I always want to be one of those old cats, man, out there still hooping with like the tall socks and the shorts.
I'm about to say you had long socks over the stripes on.
And they got like a old like vintage T-shirt on, like from intramural league 1982. You know what I mean?
They got
always headband.
They got Cochise jersey on from Cooley High.
Yeah. Your name is like Gary or something like that.
Gary the Dream is out here.
Wristbands. I want to be that dude.
You got goggles. You have goggles on. You got some goggles on.
But he got that real shifty, unsuspecting game where everybody leave Gary open, but he be killing. You know what I mean? Yeah. From that shot in the corner. They don't guard that. He ain't gonna hit that. He be drained. Gary be killing, boy. I want to be Gary, man. But here I am.
Yeah, they're whooping these young boys' ass. Like, this old motherfucker can play a little.
Yeah, dog.
Man.
I would play, man. I would play if it's just us, like just us old heads playing. But nobody who played regularly. You ain't invited. If you play regularly, you can't come. You got to have not played in the past. You got to pick up
every 2 years. Like not know yes. I played weekend now.
There needs to be like a year break from you playing basketball in order to play with us. If you haven't played like in a year, at least a year, preferably longer, but at least a year, then yeah.
Hey, so speaking of fears, like you said, fear of basketball. So one thing I was gonna ask you, man, what do you have a phobia of something that's just like really weird or really odd?
Sharks.
Or, who?
Sharks.
Sharks?
Sharks.
Damn, bro. You living that kind of life? You around sharks on the regular?
I'm keeping it. I'm gonna keep it real with you, man. I'm gonna keep it real. Ever since I was a kid and saw the movie Jaws, it fucked me up.
Yeah. That was
so growing up. Even though I can swim like a fish, dude, I'm a very comfortable, good swimmer. Like we can go out to a lake and I'll jump off the boat. But in the back of my mind, I'm worried about sharks in that lake. Even though it's a lake, anything larger than me essentially under the water. I know it sounds crazy, man, but that's it.
Wow. Yeah, see, I can't swim, so my expedition is shit in the ocean consists of where my knees stop. That's as far as deep as I ain't like I used to when I was a kid. I go to where that shit be by your head. I don't fuck around like that now. I'll be like, if I can't see my feet, I don't went too goddamn far. But I get you on that because if you see a movie like Jaws as a kid, that will kind of mess up your perception of getting in the damn water. Like, nah, this motherfucker eat boats and everything. I'm like fucking around with this.
Yeah. Jaws and then the internet to fact check Jaws on the size of sharks is the thing that has me scared of sharks. So kind of like that, my phobia is also derived from a movie. It was a little bit older in life, and I was old enough to like understand like this shit can't be real. And I, like you said, I researched like, wait a minute, these motherfuckers exist. Fucking big ass snakes like anacondas. Yeah,
I feel like in Georgia, anaconda just be like in the fucking woods waiting for your monkey ass. I'm like, they live in Brazil. No man, I feel like it's something in Georgia hidden somewhere and shit. I don't like snakes of any size. I don't like them motherfuckers. I'm sorry.
I did not know that. That's fascinating. After all these years,
dude, I like going.
So what if you saw like a little garden snake?
I ain't fucking. Like, I'm gonna get a shovel and try and pop that motherfucking head off and kill it. I don't fucking with P. I ain't fucking with no snakes. Shoot it. I don't like them. I don't like because the way the motherfuckers move, man. That shit fucks me up. And the bigger they are, the worse it is. Cause see, in my mind, even though I know like the little baby snakes you find in your grass or at your house are usually non-venomous, I'm always concerned, like, look, I ain't no fucking snake doctor or no snake expert. Which one of these motherfuckers can actually bite me and fuck me up for life?
There ain't no snake doctors up in here.
Because when I saw Anaconda and this nigga swallowed the motherfucker whole, and you saw this nigga body going out, I'm like, you see this nigga whole body getting swallowed. I was like, fuck that. And the classic line from that movie was Ice Cube, "Is snakes this big out here?" That's the best line of the whole damn movie. I'm sorry.
It took a brother to ask that question. Like, why are we here right now with these big ass snakes? Did y'all know about these big ass snakes before we came out here? They got your ass again, black man. You got on that boat and they.
Because you know the brother go calling out. Oh, so we came out with these big ass motherfucking snakes. Trying to kill me and shit.
I don't know when brothers gonna learn, man, to stop getting on boats, dog.
Look, I don't get on no boat,
man.
Bro.
You know, I'm just saying, man. After all this time, you don't know where they taking us, bro.
So my rule with boats, I have a really weird rule. I have a lot of little rules about shit I do and don't do. And if you stray from my rules, I will stop the shit in the middle and make you take me, like, let me get the fuck back to my regular life.
Turn this boat around.
Yeah, if you take me too far from the fucking dock where we leave it and I can't see it, I'm going, no, take me to fuck. Don't, no. If
really?
I can't
so you never did, you don't do cruises?
I ain't never been on a cruise, dog. That's why I gotta do one. So I gotta get over that.
I've never been on a cruise either, actually, man.
Yeah,
I would like to go on a cruise.
Yeah, I've heard that the shit is crazy.
So you seen the movie Titanic?
No, man, I never saw it because all the motherfuckers died, didn't it?
I
mean, we gotta know how to.
I don't want to ruin it for you. I mean, you know.
But I mean, we know the story. All the motherfuckers died, right? The shit sunk, right? Isn't that what it is?
I feel like Titanic is to boat phobias what Jaws is to shark phobias.
Oh, you know another movie with the boat shit that fucked me up that I'm scared of, a cruise. Did you ever see the movie 2012 about the end of the world shit?
I did see that.
So you remember when the dude who was the black scientist working with the government to try and prepare the world for the shit, and his dad was on the cruise with the other dudes doing the little shows,
and it was a big ass wave or something. Yeah. It was like a big ass wave or something like that.
Yeah, the boat started tilting when the storm was hitting the sea, and the motherfuckers was gonna die on the boat. The boat damn near turned sideways and turned over there. Everybody drowned. I'm like, motherfucker, what am I gonna do in the middle of the ocean if a big ass fucking tsunami type wave turned this fucking cruise liner over? I can't swim. I know I'm dying. Like, what?
Maybe you might get on a life raft, man, or you know.
If I'm so lucky, maybe. But that shit made me think about. I'm nigga Pete. Let me tell you this right here. I'm gonna go on a cruise and have a fucking vest on the whole time, bro. I'm gonna have one of them life vests on the whole goddamn.
Hey man, you need to learn how to swim, man. Don't be a stereotype.
Hey man, I'm too old, man. People done try to teach me that shit. You gotta learn that shit when you young and fearless. And see, we was at Cascade. I signed up for the YMCA on Campbellton was giving lessons. So my mom said, "All right, you can go learn to swim." Cool. We had 2 lessons, bro. They canceled the motherfucking course. And from that point on, everybody tried to teach me how to swim, but I could never get the shit. From like the age of 10 all the way up to probably 5-6 years ago, people were like, I'm gonna teach you how to swim, it's easy. And I'd be like swimming my ass off in one spot. I don't be going no motherfucking where. They be like, well, they make it float. Motherfucker, I can't float. I sink when I lay the fuck back. I can't do that shit. I don't know what the fuck magical powers y'all got.
You gotta get your rhythm down, man.
Well, see, the closest I got to it, I was at Sun Valley Beach with some friends, and they were teaching me how to do the motions and shit. And I'm thinking I'm kicking ass and what I'm like going across like Michael Phelps on the ass. I stood up, he like, oh shit. I'm like, wait a minute. I'm in the same motherfucking spot. I swear my ass off in the same spot. How do you do that?
You put your head under the water?
I was doing the shit like they be doing the shit when they be breathing.
But was your head under the water though? It's hard to learn how to swim on top of the water.
No, I wouldn't
swim under the water first, and then because swimming on top of the water is harder. You know what I mean? It's easier to get under the water and just swim as opposed to trying to keep your body and your rhythm of doing this on top of the water like a damn Olympic swimmer. You know what I mean? Because then you're trying to turn your head and get your. That's a lot of fucking routine to do. Like you just got to just go under and just. If you're comfortable going under, at that point you got it. It don't matter if you can swim on top. You ain't got to know how to swim on top of the water. If you can swim under the water, that means you can come up and you get air, and you go back down, and that's all you need to be able to do.
Yeah,
so I'll give you some lessons. I'm gonna charge you though.
I didn't learn under the water, because I ain't gonna do that shit. So I would do this shit like you be seeing in the Olympics and shit, where the mother be turning their head, breathing.
You were Michael Phelps in it.
Yeah, I thought
you can't Michael Phelps it right out the box, dog. You can't Michael Phelps it right out the box. You gotta, like doggy paddle or shit like that.
I don't even know if I can do that shit. That's funny though, but shit, dog. I take anything. I used to be trying to like.
I'm still teaching my kids to swim, actually. So Bryce is all right though. He's 11. He's kind of okay. He's still working on treading water, but for the most part, he can get from point A to point B. Taylor don't play that shit. She don't want no water in her face. She's gotten a little better, but she's, she don't
want no water. She's like, Daddy, I'm not playing that shit. No, I'm not. No, don't play Daddy. Daddy, stop playing shit.
Yeah.
What?
Hey, so speaking of married life and family and shit, so I know you probably don't watch the show, but I'm a huge fan of it. So I'm gonna ask from a homeboy perspective. So you've heard the show Married at First Sight, you haven't seen it, right?
Mm-hmm. I have not watched it because it sounds like some bullshit. But continue.
Point taken. And I'm right there with you because years ago, I had an ex that told me about it, and they told me about it because there's a guy on there. They said reminded me of them, or reminded them of me. Okay. So, but the name of it, I was like, Married at First Sight. I ain't watching that fruity shit. What? Somebody married a fucking stranger? Who the fuck would do something like that? And I'm like, I ain't watching that stupid shit. And I just so happened one day to be flipping channels at my house, and the shit was on like a little marathon. Mm-hmm. So I turned it on just to see what it was. I was like, oh, it's a show I heard about. And that's some great television, dog. Because if you sit there and think about the complex structure of, normally you date somebody, then you get engaged, then you get married. None of that shit. You go to fucking experts and you talk about your personality and what you're looking for in a fucking spouse and all that, and they match you with somebody supposedly like that is your.
So they have some scientific experts or something like that.
Yeah, they're supposed to be like marriage counselors and relationship experts and all this. They have like degrees and shit. So
how many of them do they work? Do the marriages work?
So that's the funny part. So they do this little screening where they have all these people audition, and then they whittle it down to certain amounts of people, and they start thinking about who makes the best matches with the other person. So like, Bo likes, he's very spiritual. Bo is looking for a family. Bo is he has a career. He's looking for someone that has a personality. They'll start talking about all the personality traits, and they'll start figuring out, well, I think such and such would be a great match because she did. So they be sitting there justifying why they think the matches work. And then they tell you you've been matched with somebody. They don't tell you no name, P. You don't get no motherfucking picture. You don't know nothing about this mother. You don't know nothing until you get to the altar at your wedding. You know what they look like or nothing.
I think it's a travesty to gay people who want to get married and can't, but they got this TV show where they just slap people together and send them on their way. Man, like that's kind of insulting.
So right now they filming in Atlanta. The season right now is Atlanta based. This is the second time they've been in Atlanta. I was gonna go try out, but I think I'd have passed the age limit because I think the oldest I've seen they do somebody is like one dude on the show. He's 38, and his wife is 28. So they got like a big age gap. Like she's still into partying and drinking, and this dude is a pilot and he don't go out. So their relationship is very fucked up right now. But like it ain't even so much like the personality. Sometimes it's like clashing. You don't know what this motherfucker look like. So you got to deal with the whole attraction thing. Like, because there's one couple on it now. Every season is somebody with attraction. Or sometimes it's 2 or 3
But that's
people.
Part of the matchmaking, right? You tell them what you like physically, and they kind of be like, no. They just marry about the person. It's a personality.
Yes.
We think we found your personality match.
Right. So see, they'll tell you, this is not Burger King. You don't get it your way. So you can't just be like, okay, let me get fries, but cook them hard with salt on the side. No. You can tell them that shit, but see, their objective is to personality connect people. So the looks is not the first obligation.
I mean,
now, it
shouldn't be the first, but let's be honest. That's how it usually happens in real life, right? To your point.
That's what I'm saying. So, and with men are usually more visual than women. We have to connect like that first most times. I ain't never met no chick like, girl, your brain called me from across the room, but girl, your goddamn intellect from a room to girl, the intellect across the room, girl. No, nigga, I saw you fine as motherfucking. I came.
But you know what though? That wouldn't be the same for women either. Like I don't think now. maybe they will marry for other things other than looks. Men, I don't think they do that as often, but maybe they do. I don't know. But I think that, even for women, it will be the same thing. Like you're not gonna get, your chances are slim if they don't immediately find you attractive. You know what I
Oh yeah,
mean?
because there's some chicks on here. When they first got married, they said like in the damn little the reception when they was talking to their bridesmaid, I'm just not attracted to him. So women be talking about we not like men. Shit, this chick, the first season of Atlanta, she never liked this motherfucker. He didn't get to sleep in the room with her in the same bed. She never
Why did
let
she
him
go on the
kiss her.
show?
Huh?
Why did she even go on the show then?
Well, see, you don't know what you get until you get it.
Yeah, I know, but
But see, you should have known
you're
that.
going to go get married, so get your mind right for that.
Right. You should have known that they don't have no set criteria of what this motherfucker gonna look like. So you should be open to like, this motherfucker might look like anybody. But her first thing was because she like dudes with darker features, like darker hair, darker facial hair. And this dude had to be redheaded. So he had red hair, red facial hair. She just was never attracted to the dude. I'm like, well, you signed up for this shit. Now, there have been some winners. Let me say that now. There have been some dudes that are like, ooh, that's what you got? Damn. Why can't I find no shit like that on accident? It's been some bad motherfuckers on there. But it's also been a lot of dudes like, oh, I'm just not connected to her. I know I ain't connected because she ugly.
Let me tell you, man, some of those shits could work. Like some of the arrangements could work. That's what they are. They're arrangements, right? Like arranged marriages. So I think surprisingly, some could. I think most won't, because damn near most don't work in real life. Half
And most
almost.
of it's like it's a thing for your religion or something like that, or like your ethnicity.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how y'all are. Like all the marriages arranged. It ain't like you find who you love. You find like, no, we picked your husband when you was 12. Like what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Or we picked your wife. What the fuck? I'm not Prince Akeem, nigga. I don't give a fuck. I don't like her. Shit. I would feel very uncomfortable if you told me y'all picked my wife for me before I was even of late age to consent to get married. I'm like, so I ain't got no say in this shit?
I will say though, that contrary to popular belief, it's not all about love anyways. I mean, it's an important part of it, but that ain't gonna carry it through to the end. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of people that love people and they don't stay together. So
are you saying it's a business arrangement, P?
Sort of. Yeah, it's a partnership.
It is.
It's a business partnership. That's actually a more accurate representation of I think what it is. Now, you should still feel a certain way about the person that you're in business with, your business partner. But you got to keep your business afloat first and foremost.
That's been kind of my hang up. People like, bro, why you ain't married? We get married. I just like, I don't think I always ask y'all like, how did y'all like all our homeboys married? So I always had this conversation like, how did you like know you was ready to get married? How did you know that was the one? Because I'd be like, did I miss the one? Did I fucking miss something and I missed my opportunity? Because I'd be like, I don't know that you just know or it's just right. I'm like, I ain't never felt that to my knowledge. Like I knew without a shadow of a doubt, this is it. And I don't want to just pull the trigger and I'm guessing. Like, I think this is it. Like, no, motherfucker, no. This is not on think shit. You should know.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I tell people I'm waiting for the one that's for me. And I feel like sometimes people is later in life. Like I know people, they get married for the first time in their late 40s.
Very true. Or
and
50s also.
Yeah.
We met a couple, man. We went to Hawaii years ago for our reunion anniversary. And we met a couple who met on vacation in Hawaii. They're both in their 50s and got married and never came back. They just stayed in Hawaii. So it's different for everybody, man. It's different for everybody. It's not the same for everybody. And I think that the more people grow and the more the earth develops, I think the more variety of how things are done, the more variety of people and thought happens. And I don't think that everything runs on the same clock. You know what I mean? And then also, everyone who gets married early also don't stay married. So there's a lot of factors in play. There's also people who stay together their whole lives and never get married. You know what I mean? So it's just such a variety of thought, man, and people shouldn't get too hung up in having to do it by a certain time at a certain age, or have to feel like they got to fit into some status quo of, have to get married between this age and this age. Like it ain't got to work like that.
Yeah, because people like Terry got married. Everybody's like, "Well, you the last one." I'm like, "And that's what is your point?" Like I'm like, "Well, we on a calendar and shit. We keeping count."
Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that pressure, dog.
Yeah,
don't fall for that pressure.
I've never felt that pressure. Like when I was younger, I used to like see people around me get married, and I'd be like, "Okay, it's coming. Maybe I'm just maybe the last one, or maybe the next couple years." And now I'm looking at 43, and it ain't happened. But I'm looking like I'm so comfortable in my life of understanding. And I told people the same thing you just said. I maybe said in a different text, but I said everybody's life ain't playing out the same way. My boys got married, but guess what? Maybe I'm not supposed to be the one that's married. Maybe I'm supposed to be one that's single because I do other things to help people. Like I give a lot to my family to help them. I do this for other people.
Yeah.
I'm a person that is reliable. So maybe that is what my purpose on this planet is, to be a free spirit. Now, people always say God that makes us be here be alone. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I know people that never got married and they were totally happy and still are happy with their lives. They're not rushing to get on the aisle just to say they did it and join the club. And I'm like at that point now where they say when you start getting older, like Wanda Sykes had a joke where you like, I don't give a fuck. I be feeling like that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm not saying I don't want to get married, but I'm not going to be like ridiculed because I ain't been married. Like, I don't give a fuck.
That's how you should kind of go about it, because you kind of when you do that, you kind of put the focus back on yourself, right? Oh. It's a lot of folk out there who trying to get married and they ain't got themselves right for marriage.
And they doing it for the wrong reason. That's a dangerous point.
They're doing it for the wrong reason. They feel pressure. They feel like a clock is ticking and they got to do it. And it's a lot of that. And that's, I guess I can't talk any worse about them than I do the people on the TV show you were just talking about, because you're still not doing it for the right reasons, And
it's like you gotta be careful with that, because I tell you all the time, you meet people and you got to make sure if you start looking at them that way, they in it for the right reasons. Because some people it's a status. Like, hey, I'm such and such age. I never been married. I don't have kids. I need to get into my little friends, little group of we married mothers and all this shit. See, some women do it for the wrong reasons, and you got to be careful that she ain't snow jobbing your ass and you sitting there like, oh damn, and then you divorced 5 years later because she just wanted the stats. So that's why I be like, give a fuck.
Yeah, but hey, man, you take your time and put all your focus really into yourself, and like, how do you know what I'm saying? You be the best you. You don't worry about nobody else, because if you're the best you, then people find you. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to improve myself. I'm trying to get my health right, get this weight down, eat right, be in the best shape I can be mentally, physically, emotionally. So when I do find her, like, it's just gonna be right. Like, damn,
she gonna find you, dog. She gonna find you. She might.
I'm like, that's why
she gonna walk up to you, and she gonna tap you on the back of your shoulder. Well, maybe the way COVID is going, who knows? But when it happens, you can be like, you said that was gonna happen. Well, she may tap you on your shoulder. You don't know.
Dude, speaking of that shit,
you might be in public somewhere.
This COVID shit, that's a good point.
Oh yeah, it's hurting your game, ain't it?
Nigga, Pete,
I know it is.
Dog.
I know it is.
Shit.
I know it is. It's making brothers get real superficial out there. Like, damn, I can't see her face, but
bro,
her ass look okay.
I feel like
what do you got to go off of at this point?
I feel like I'm dating the Middle East, bro. You got the eyes be sexy, the body be fine. What the fuck, man? Excuse me, can you put your P? How I sound going to a chick? Can you put your shit down? Oh fuck, you got missing teeth everywhere. Fuck that.
Hey man, just look at it as a new game or something, man. It's just adding a little wrinkle to the game, man. It's a little, just They should really do like make a virtual look. Here's an idea, and if this shit comes out, this is documented this day that someone stole my idea. They should do like a virtual dating show
What
for
if
this
we got
exact
mask?
thing, but with mask. And so you don't know what the person looks like from here down until I just, you know what I just did? I just created a dating show of the show that I just ridiculed about the people getting married. But fuck it.
No. So what
It's a
you
great
did was
idea.
like a modified dating game show. You know how they have
Yes.
people on one side of the wall,
Virtual dating for the new age, for the
and they
pandemic
ask you
age.
questions. So based on the person's choice of how you answer it, they say, "I'm going to take Bachelorette, whatever."
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
you meet the ones you didn't pick. Then you meet the one you did pick, but you didn't see them.
Look. Anyone out there steals my idea, just know this shit is documented. So
P, somebody
we're
probably
just gonna
stole
pull
that.
it
That
up
shit
and be
probably
like
already
that was my
production.
idea. So
Somebody probably already got in production. P. That's a good ass idea, but I'm pretty sure somebody already like, damn, that's a good show for Kofi.
it's down, man. This let this serve as a copyright or a registered thing with Bob. I don't know.
But P, it's hard as hell. But I'm just like, no, you don't understand pain, bro. I'll be out like shopping or like in traffic or whatever, and you might see a woman like, oh dang, but all you have is physical. But people think like this little bit don't make a difference. It kind of do because
You don't know, man. You don't know. You don't know what that little bit. I mean, I get it, but you just don't know, man.
That's what I'm saying. I can't make a judgment call to like, should I say something or should I not? Because I don't know what that is. What if she got a goatee thick as mine on that motherfucker? I'm like, oh shit. So,
Gold grill.
Yeah.
With a lip ring.
She got a grill say
and
nasty,
when she talked, it made a clicking sound.
Or she got a whole top grill and bottom grill. What if she's like, oh Lord, you from Miami, ain't you? You from Miami? Okay.
Oh man.
That's your hard P. Like it's bruh. You just like I miss simple shit of being out in public and seeing a beautiful woman. I get like a fragment, I get this shit. I'm lucky if I get a nose. Now, some women, you can kind of almost tell that they might be beautiful. I don't know how. It's like a sixth sense. Like I'm like, she might be fine.
She might be
fine. But I've been wrong. Sometimes the body be hitting me, be like, oh shit, all that was under the mask. Oh.
Right. And then she pulled that Fu Manchu out. She pulled that.
But she that be like in real life.
Lou Albano. No, what's the
Captain Lou Albano used to coach.
Is that the right guy? Yeah, with the rubber bands.
Yeah, the rubber band right.
I was hoping you would approach me.
Man, bro. Weird shit. Let me tell you, this is some shit I heard about the other day. I was having a conversation with this female. You ain't gonna know nothing about this because I ain't know nothing about it. If you know something about this, bro, you was very in tune with your children's pregnancies. Did you know that I'm trying to look at my notes here? It said, okay, so did you know that Facebook has a group of women breastfeeders, and like if a woman can't breastfeed, other women donate the milk? Think about it though. Think about this. What I just said.
Already did.
What the fuck, P?
I don't know where the science is behind the whole proof that breastfeeding is necessarily better. I don't know where that science is exactly. So with that being said, that seems like a hell of a leap to make.
Bruh, I'm thinking of the grossness of somebody else that pump titty milk out and then you give it to your child not knowing what this motherfucker got going on. Do you understand my pain with this? You pumping, the chick is pumping milk out, and this chick is in a Facebook group.
I don't want to touch nobody's breast milk. I don't know either. You know what I mean? That's kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like you get it and you pour it and you get some on your thumb and you forget and you go, you know, because sometimes you just when you.
I didn't believe this conversation. I was like, wait a minute. You telling me it's strange women on this Facebook group, they pump breast milk and they kids don't need it no more, but they have so much that they donate to other mothers who can't produce it.
Well, you know what? Good for the moms that's getting it, I guess. I don't know. It's a thing, man. I'm not gonna knock it that hard. It just sounds a little weird, but what do I know? I'm just a dude, you know.
Yo, second part of conversation, I know this ain't got to do with dudes, but this shit was funny as fuck. I haven't talked to my boys about this. The second thing where they talked about when some children don't want to give up the breast from feeding, they said mothers do shit like put shit on the nipple to deter them, like hot peppers and shit. I'm like, hold the fuck up. You putting jalapeno juice on your nipple to stop the child.
Or you could just not put them on there. Like, I don't know. Like, that
That's what
seems
I
like
was
you're
thinking,
tricking
like,
them. Just don't put them on there. I would rather you not do that than trick them.
What if you want to suck on the pee? I'm like, what's
Oh.
P? Hold on, P. My thing is, are you telling me your child got all the power to just roll up to you and pull your breast out and start sucking it when you got no say so?
That's what I don't understand. That's like, why set a trap? Unless if you're in danger. You might be in danger. Maybe they're in danger.
Dude.
And this is a SOS.
Dude, that shit there, I was like, I don't believe this.
Put jalapenos on my titties.
What kind of world do we live in, bro? This shit is crazy.
Like, oh, got me again. I gotta put that jalapeno juice on there.
To your point, you and your lady, y'all get together. You forgot she didn't put the deterrent on there for the baby, and you go down on your foreplay like that. Oh,
I like spicy food, dog.
Nigga, you don't want that kind of spicy food. Like, is this guacamole?
Bro, I like spicy. Bro, when we run out of hot sauce in my house, it is a emergency. I've driven to my mother's house to take her hot sauce from her kitchen and then come back home because it's easier than going to the store.
Dog, I saw the funniest shit in the world yesterday, P. You must be reading my mind. I ain't even lying. On everything, I saw this. I went to this Mexican restaurant to have lunch. I come out by myself now. I come out getting the truck. It's a dude parked 2 spaces over from me. Kind of big dude. He going in the restaurant. I promise you, I ain't lying. This motherfucker he's a white guy. He had his cell phone and a bottle of fucking hot sauce. This motherfucker
was that me? What day was that? Was that me?
Yesterday.
What day was that? That must have been me.
No, bro, you ain't that big, bro. This dude was old. P. That's what I said. This motherfucker had his own hot sauce for the Mexican food. He said, fuck y'all shit. I got my own bottle.
I respect that.
P, I wasn't ready for this. I was trying to get my camera phone out because I know what I'm gonna believe. I'm like, I gotta get a picture of this shit. This motherfucker put the phone in his pocket. He walked there with a bottle of hot sauce in the hand, like, what's up? Let me tell you for one, like, this nigga got his own
I need something for this hot sauce.
This nigga got his own condiments for the rest of the Mexican. I was like, what the fuck?
It's only weird until you run out of hot sauce and you're in a restaurant and that brother is sitting right next to the table. Then it ain't weird no more. Then you like, brother, may I borrow your hot sauce?
That shit was funny as hell, P. I couldn't believe that shit. I ain't never seen those. I heard jokes about people carrying hot sauce in their purses and shit. I ain't never seen a man have a bottle of hot sauce going in a restaurant.
I'm not knocking that. That sounds like something I would do.
But I mean,
I want a little keychain one. Get a little keychain one.
No. P, he had a full bottle, like one of them big bottles of it.
No, I mean for myself, I just want a little keychain one. I can just be subtle with it. You know what I mean?
Well, this motherfucker was gonna empty that little keychain shit out you wanted. This nigga had a whole full bottle, like long. I'm like, damn, he finna go do some damage in this motherfucker.
He take it with him everywhere.
Apparently, because I was like, this nigga got a bottle of fucking condiments that he taking in the bottle. What the fuck? Man, this shit was crazy as fuck, bro.
If I had like a hot sauce company, I would just pay people to carry around bottles of hot sauce and just make sure they pull them out when they go into restaurants.
Like
that would be my thing.
Marketing. That would be some good ass hot sauce.
Yeah, you'd be like, damn, that is the second person I've seen this week with that walking around with a ball of damn hot sauce. That shit must be good.
You just said that idea to that shit that Eli Manning, the one that be like, I put that shit on everything. You should say that idea to them, like, y'all should give people little little small pint-sized bottles to take around with them, and that could be a little slow in the restaurant. I put this shit on everything. And people are like, that must be some good ass hot sauce.
I'm glad this is all videotape, man, because I need to make sure none of my ideas get stolen and that this is all
man, I'm trying to get you some money in your pocket, bro. This is all you the creative one, like all the media shit. You the creative shit. Yeah, I'm just throw me $20 when you get done.
I'm hot today, man. Y'all don't steal my ideas. I got a TV show and a hot sauce brand coming out
He said,
For the-
I have done my
for the
work
two-
all day on my off day.
for the tutus.
Oh man.
Look out for it.
Damn.
On my
So-
show, I'm going to show nothing but hot sauce commercials.
So living with your wife, man, do you ever do anything like with COVID and stuff where you just like to have fun with her and like to annoy her doing little stuff, like stuff
Well,
around the house?
My wife is a virologist. So she's a doctor of viruses.
Oh.
That's her background. So I don't fuck around, actually. I just, try to stay in line. When she tells me I've been wearing the same mask for too long, I get a new mask.
Damn.
So I don't mess around with it. And we don't even go nowhere. See, this is the thing, man. We both easily will get stressed out, which is why we don't send the kids to school. Because the moment the kids come home, I don't care if they have a cold, they can have a sore tooth. We calling it COVID, and now my nerves are bad. So we don't mess around, dog. We do not.
But you don't
mess
do
around.
nothing like prank her or nothing around the house. You don't do nothing like do little funny stuff like prank with her.
Are you asking me if I do COVID pranks on my wife?
Just for the context of the show, yeah. Like,
No, I haven't.
I'm the type of motherfucker would do that shit. See, I would get bored in the house, and I gotta find my own entertainment. The TV's gonna get bored. I would find shit to do. Like, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna do that shit. I'm sinister like that. I gotta do shit like that.
You need a PlayStation.
Well, see, the PlayStation, that's fun for a minute, but like the human element of messing with somebody, it's classy, man. It can't be replaced. Like,
Both said it's classy.
it's you can't get away from a good prank when you done prank to punk somebody. That shit go down in like history. Like, remember that time I got
You can't do COVID jokes though, unless if they're really funny.
Yes, you can.
You know how hard it is to get away with a good COVID joke? Like to prank and them not get mad, like for them to be like, oh,
But
man,
it ain't like life-threatening stuff. It's like minor stuff.
you got me there.
Like I had this little rat one time at work, and it was Halloween time, so we got a decoration. So the fucking
You had a fake rat.
yes.
Okay. I thought you had like a little.
My bad. Yeah, it wasn't a real rat. You could put this shit on the ground and pull that motherfucker. Remember the cars you could pull back and let them motherfuckers go across the floor? That's what the rat did. So you could pull the shit back. So what I would do when I would see people coming down the hallway, like passing my cube, I would kind of time out when they was gonna like probably hit right in my ears. So I would put a bitch back in my cube and let that motherfucker run out. Bruh, you can hear motherfuckers.
Don't you work in human resources?
Dude, you ain't never heard someone scream like that. Ah! I was
Oh,
pissing on
God.
myself. Man. That shit was so funny. Dude, the funniest shit ever. Like, you see, the rat looks real, but it's plastic, so it don't look furry and shit. But if it's moving fast enough, it'll make you think it's a fucking rat going across. I got so many people, dog. Them motherfuckers was mad at me that day. It's Halloween, goddammit. I'm fucking with you. Yeah. But no, I mean, you gotta prank
funny,
like,
though.
man. You gotta go like in the
Also.
you gotta go to Spencer's, man. Get like a prank thing, like lay an eyeball out or something like that. Do something, man.
I've been thinking about laying an eyeball out. That's not a bad idea.
Or in her or her area of the closet, go get like one of them little fake little baby mice that look like hairy and shit, and put that motherfucker like on top of her.
Let me tell you something.
Like a.
Obviously, you don't know my wife as well as you think you do. I tell you what, I'll do that, and then after I do that, just make sure I have a comfortable place on your couch downstairs, if you don't mind.
Damn, she gonna put you out for that?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe depends on how bad I scare her. Look, man, look. It's a pandemic, dog. We ain't got time for pranks in a pandemic.
Hey, okay. Do she have like a drawer in the master bath, like in the vanity? Does she have a drawer where she keeps stuff? Put the mouse in there.
I see what you're doing. I'm
just saying, though.
But as long as you know, I'm gonna be moving in with you, and she may make me bring one of the kids too. I don't even know. She may just send one just to teach me a lesson.
No, that's what they call the spice of life. When they
that's where you're headed towards right now.
That's the spice of life when they talking about marriage, bro. That's all that is.
You headed to 2.5 men up in there. The black version. It's gonna be me. It's gonna be Bryce. I'll be like, this is where we at, dog. We should put me out. She didn't think that shit was funny, and here we go.
Maybe that's why I ain't married. maybe I shouldn't do that shit. If I want to get married, maybe I shouldn't do shit like that. I like having fun with fucking people. I'm sorry. I would do that shit to like my live-in girlfriend or like a wife. I would do that shit because I'm all for the joke. I'm like, motherfucker, she jumped so high when she over there.
I'm already spending way too much money. I'm putting the guy that owns the liquor store around the corner. I'm putting his kids through college right now.
Yeah, you do go to the store a lot
over the past year.
Y'all be talking about family shit when y'all go up there. Y'all know each other so well.
We know each other, dog. We know each other well.
He happy when he see you coming.
You be like, hey, my friend. What's up? And you know how well he know me. We got on masks, you know what I mean? He know me as soon as I walk up with mask and all. He don't care. I can have a hat, no hat, a hoodie. He know me, boy. Spend too much money in the man's kids to school.
If he that cool and excited when you come in, you spend too much money in the man's store.
Over the past year, man. If they were a stock, I would have bought them.
Hell no. Yeah. That's funny as hell, man. So everybody who knows us know we die hard Falcon fans. I'm sitting in the Falcons desk right now. Big changes have happened to the team. We got new coach, new GM, draft coming up. We got potential to get a really high value first round pick if we don't trade down. First off, my question first is, I keep hearing a lot of this talk about trading back to late in the first round to acquire more picks. Would you trade back from 4 with somebody if you felt you had a better situation to get different high value prospects, or would you stay at 4 and try and get what many think is probably the next quarterback of the franchise? What would you do?
I would only trade back if I knew one of those top 4 quarterbacks were going to be there still with that first pick. So with my first pick, I'm going quarterback regardless. Let me tell you, my opinion is not popular because I'm kind of under the thing that Atlanta is often too soft and too conservative in moves. When they get a good player, they give them a player has a good year, they immediately give them too much money for a new contract off of that last year, and then we get stuck in contract hell. And it's just, we don't make hard decisions when we need to, and I think they should make hard decisions last year. Quinn should never came back, but I told you last year I said if they bring Quinn back, or when they decided they were going to bring Quinn back, I said, well, what's going to happen is Quinn and Dimitroff will be gone by the middle of the week. And if they get fired, it's a rebuild because the next coaching staff is going to bring in a quarterback. And surely enough, and then I was like, we'll finish in the top of the draft, somewhere in the top. And here we are. We're in the top of the draft. We got a new coaching staff who's going to bring in a new quarterback. I would rather just stay at 4 and draft that quarterback. What they should do, and this is part of the unpopular opinion, what they should do, they should trade Julio Jones. You can't trade Matt Ryan because of his contract, but Julio has more value, perceived value anyways, and you could probably talk a team into helping you out with some of that money. And he has enough value where you can get extra draft picks, and we don't have to talk about trading them.
Can you get a first round for him?
Hell yeah. I think so.
Well,
now it may be a team near the bottom of the first round, but I will take that.
Yeah,
I think you get more. I think you could get maybe you get a couple second round picks. I'll take that also, especially if they're in the same draft. If there's a team that has to, I don't know, there's a team that has to. And I know people love Julio. You know how it is. We get an Atlanta star, we run him to the ground and overpay him and get in contract hell, or we get rid of them because we're afraid to pay them too much. It's like, I'm thinking about all it used to be our MO was we wouldn't pay nobody and we let guys walk for nothing. Then we started paying guys who shouldn't get paid. I think a lot's going to help with Dimitrov not being there calling shots anymore. I mean, the thing on that, I read the thing about his last 12 years in Atlanta. He had 4 good drafts out of those 12 years. That's a 30%. That means a third. So that means that means, oh God, my math is horrible. That means
that's a fourth. That's 25%.
Yeah, you're right.
That's
it was
bad.
3 out of, was it 3 out of 12, 4 out of 12? I don't know. It doesn't matter. The point is, it's bad. And so I'd like to think that we got some people in there that know what they're doing now, but I don't know.
Don't talk about free agency now. That's just drafted. We ain't talking about the free agent moves he made.
Yeah. Oh yeah, his free agent. Oh God, it's horrible. So that's what they should do. They should trade Julio, but they won't. Because next year they're not going to be able to, because I told you what was going to happen this past year, and it happened. So hear me when I say this. They're going to hold on to him. He's going to be not healthy for at least a third of the season. He's going to miss games. He's not going to be on the field as much as we need him to. We're still going to be paying him all that money. And then he's not going to have any trade value after that.
I agree.
Then we would have missed out on opportunity to get picks this year, because we want to hold on to him for another year and let him again not see the field, for half or a third of the season, or whatever the case may be. So they'll keep Julio and Matt because they don't want to piss too many people off. I think coming to Atlanta, you don't want to get rid of their Hall of Fame players the first year. But trust, they're setting up for them dudes to be moved out next year. I promise you that. They're going to draft a quarterback this year. They may draft a wide receiver later in the draft. So, but Ridley is going to be the number one. He's the obvious number one. Ridley's going to be the number one this year, coming up with Julio on the team.
Hold on, P. Hold on a second. Hello? Speaking. I'm well, and yourself? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. How long is that gonna take? Okay, but price and stuff isn't changing, right? Okay, what's the difference in price? Okay, so what do I need to do? Okay. Okay. Okay, that'll work. All right, thank you. All right, you too. This whole ass shit with this damn door again. Motherfuckers not talking. I gotta get a custom door built and shit. It's gonna cost more money. Man, look, y'all about to get this shit returned any fucking way.
You trying to put it on the back doors where the patio is?
Yeah, where the slider is. So,
yeah,
motherfucker, you send somebody out who's supposed to know what the fuck they doing measuring. They measure it, but they don't take into account I'm putting in a different type of door. So they ordered the same size door that my sliding door. They ordered the same size door as a French door. You can't do that because the door
has the extra. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, so y'all know what the fuck y'all doing. So now the dudes came out and installed today. Now they couldn't get it in. They had to leave. So I wasted my morning doing that, waiting for that. Now the store's calling me back talking about, oh, well, we might have to custom make your door. I said, okay, so the price ain't gonna change, right? No, it will change. I'm like, the door's gonna be smaller. Why the fuck is the price changing? The door is it's the same door you said that it would be I picked out. So the price is changing because y'all custom making it. I didn't fuck up, so why I gotta pay? Man, please, y'all gonna get this shit returned and get my money back. That's what we stop and talk about in a minute. But nevertheless, I ain't fucking with these people today. Goddamn, they done fucked my day up already. I don't want to think about that shit no more. But to answer your response, P, about what you said as far as what's gonna happen, I like Martin Luther King, the dream right there, dream the king right there. See Martin Luther King right there in the middle. He's Pakistan. He was born here. Right?
little known fact.
Martin Luther King right there. Look at it. That's Martin Luther the King in the center with the hat on.
Martin Luther the King, right there.
I feel like,
and the chain. He has a hat on, but he also has a chain too. If you know,
he's keeping it real. You know, he was Auburn Avenue. That nigga, you don't fuck with Martin. He was Auburn Avenue. You don't play with him Auburn Avenue.
You can't call Dr. Martin Luther King a nigga. You know, he's been going through that his whole life.
Well,
I'm just joking.
What did they want to be called?
I just like to point out that you.
What was we called back then? Was it Negroes?
I'm just joking. It was a very tacky joke.
I took Black History too. What was we called back then? I forgot.
Or
what did we want to be called? Negro?
I don't know, bro.
Damn, I forgot. I feel like they should stay at 4, draft a quarterback because this is the best option. This is the best you have, the best chance you have of getting your next quarterback. Because your quarterback's getting old. You got to replace him at some point. It ain't no sense in giving a quality pickup. If you got a guy you like at 4 quarterback, take your quarterback.
If Dimitroff was here, we wouldn't be drafting a quarterback.
Oh, we would draft a fucking tight end or some shit like that. We would draft
4. We probably go with the left tackle, or Dimitroff might trade down because he likes to trade. But if it's Dimitroff, that's what will happen. Luckily, he's not here, and luckily we're getting a new quarterback because we're going to need one of those also. Everyone gets so enamored with Matt Ryan's stats, and I get it. He's the best quarterback we've ever had. Yeah. But so fuck it, all you delusional Michael Vick fans who think Michael Vick was a good quarterback while he was here. He was a great player who didn't put his head in the playbook and could have been better, but sold himself short and sold us short as a city. I digress because I'm actually still a big Michael Vick fan. Anyways, Matt Ryan. Everyone gets so caught up with his stats and they say, well, look at his numbers. It's not his fault. But he leaves plays on the field. I'm going to bring back up the Michael Vick thing. Despite what I said about his inability as a quarterback, Vick wasn't someone who gave up a lot of leads because when he was on the field, his team believed every time he was on the field, they had a chance to win. That's not our team now, for whatever reason. And I'm not saying that it's Matt Ryan's fault, but he's also not the solution.
Yeah. And Mike Vick also make it a 2-dimensional threat where he could throw it, and we had a good running game.
Look,
and he might took it around.
Matt Ryan's numbers are better than Michael Vick's by far, but the team believed in Vick enough that they felt like they always had a chance to win. And I don't know if you can say that about Matt Ryan, given how many huge leads the team has blown since he's been quarterback. So I think it's bigger than numbers, than stats, but that's what people always like to point to. I've seen him underthrow Julio so much. Granted, Julio's dropped passes he shouldn't have, but he's made so many other big plays. I'm not going to hold those drops against him. I've seen Matt consistently miss Julio in stride, and Julio makes a catch because he's Julio. But it's an opportunity for a touchdown that Julio doesn't get, and everyone talks about Julio's touchdown numbers. I don't think Julio's touchdown numbers are Julio's fault. I think the common denominator in Julio's touchdown numbers is Matt Ryan, and I think that Matt Ryan just doesn't know where to put the ball at if you're a big receiver where you can use your size and an advantage and continue going into the end zone or high ball in it in the corner of the end zone or whatever the case may be. I think that his stats are misleading, and I'm not a anti Matt Ryan person. I have Matt Ryan jerseys in my closet, but he's at the end of his career and it's time to bring in someone else because I don't think he's going to be the solution anymore for this team winning. Matt Ryan is as good as the team is around him. And when you have the right coordinators and the right pieces, he's a fantastic quarterback. But if he doesn't have the right blocking or the right runner, the running back, or if the plays aren't called perfectly, he doesn't make enough plays in my mind. And I know people will point at his stats and try to, say that I'm wrong there, but I think there's certain plays that stats don't account for that he misses. And that's coming from someone who's been a huge Falcons fan my whole life and watches every football game, preseason game, regular season game. So yeah, if they want to bring me on to the organization, I'd be happy to serve as counsel for how to move the team forward. It'll piss a lot of people off, but they need to trade Julio. They need to draft a quarterback. They need to use those extra picks they would get from Julio to then address some of the other needs on the team. And that will be the best thing to do. But they won't do that. They'll keep Julio. Yeah. But they are going to draft a quarterback. And I don't think they're going to trade down. I think they're going to stay there at 4 and take the best quarterback on the board.
Yeah, of course, I'm never been a big fan of trading Julio. I totally get from the business aspect of what you're saying. I get it. I just got this sentimental thing, like, the dude's been an excellent representation of a team guy. He's literally the biggest star you got sports-wise in the city right now. Trae Young is probably coming behind him with Acuna, those guys like that. But Julio is not just looked at as an Atlanta superstar. He go to any city and play your team. You don't sit there and not game plan for number 11 on the field. If he on the field, you better figure out what your defensive scheme is, because you better be, we're going to put a linebacker on him. Well, go ask Luke Kuechly of the Carolina Panthers what happened when he had to go one-on-one with Julio. A couple years back, Eddie toasted him for like 300 that game. Julio, I said, damn, Julio already got 170 yards, and you decide, hey, let's put our slow middle linebacker on him. Right, and he went for like an 80-yard touchdown bomb. Not too smart. But, yeah. I mean, I love the guy because he could be a diva if he wanted to, because he has that quality of his skill set. He's never been nothing but a team guy. He wanted his money.
He's a great dude.
But great dude. You think about a lot of these teams that had these, like, I would never want an Odell Beckham type person. I would never want these guys that are just like, oh my God, like killing our chemistry. Yeah. So I always have a strong sentiment to keeping him because of, as a fan, I want to see him on the field. I want that player, other teams fear. Like Julio strikes fear. It's not a respect thing. It's like, nah, bro, we got to put 2 people over there because you don't have no corner that can cover that dude one-on-one. You don't have one in the league. You show me one that can cover him one-on-one consistently. Even Jalen Ramsey don't want Julio one-on-one. I guarantee he'll say he can do it. I'm like, bro, you don't want to cover him one-on-one. Not the whole game.
And Julio always steps up to those challenges. Yeah. Like if a guy, as far as I've known, anytime a guy has ever tried to even hint at the fact that they can cover Julio, he immediately goes out and toasts them like he took it personal. Exactly. So I get it, and I love Julio, man. But however, from a business standpoint, you're tight under the salary cap. You're over the salary cap. Obviously, you're trying to get down, which means you can use some draft picks because you're not going to be able to sign as many free agents as you like. And Julio will give you a couple of draft picks, I think. And the other thing too is Arthur Smith and Fontenot still want to feel like they can show that they can win with what's here. Yeah. And so Julio does give you a better chance to win right now. But after this season, I could be wrong that Julio plays, 15 out of the 16 or 17 games, whatever they're doing next year. And Julio plays 15 games, and I could be totally wrong. But even if I'm wrong, The year after that, I don't think he's going to have any value as a receiver being that old with that type of contract. And I think you could get something for him now as opposed to not getting anything for him. And who knows what you could get for him? I mean, you could get a stud. That could be the draft pick that gets you the running back from Alabama, or that could be the draft pick that gets you Asante Samuels Jr. Ain't that his name?
Wait.
He's his son, right? Asante
What?
Samuels Jr. is his son, right? Is that what I'm thinking about? I'm saying the name
Really?
wrong? What's his name? Yeah.
I
Who
didn't
used to
know
play
he
for
had-
us?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. He got a
He has
son.
a son who's a cornerback this year, who's a top cornerback pick. He's like one of the top
know that.
5 corners or something in the draft. But my point is that could be something valuable that will help you win this year and the year after, and even more the year after that. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I still more want to have a kind of a more heavy-handed approach with it and really clear it out. You know what I mean? But we'll see what they do.
Interesting. Well, in a wrap up, I just have to ask your opinion about something that has taken over the social media world. Did you see the Gorilla Glue girl? I take that as a yes. I just want to know, people, did you see it? And what was your thoughts? I'm curious to know what your thoughts.
I think that was the dumbest shit I've seen that someone did to themselves recently. But people do dumb shit to themselves all the time. I'm more surprised over the coverage that it's gotten, to be honest with you. I'm glad she's rebounded from it because I kind of think she has. She got her 15 minutes of fame, longer than 15 minutes, but she got her little bit of fame, hopefully she spins it into a reality TV show or some shit like that. But I saw it and I just kind of shook my head at it, man. I mean,
I couldn't believe when I saw it and I thought I was like, wait a minute, what? I didn't believe it at first, and I was like, this ain't real. And I kept playing it, and I was like, this shit. And then I saw the pictures of when they put the acetone in the hospital to get the glue off. And she looked like Sherman Hemsley and the Jeffersons with the damn cul-de-sac shit going on. And then now she went to some kind of plastic surgeon who can, I don't know what he gonna do to her head, but something to fix the shit with an acid.
I saw a picture of her with her hair fixed.
Right. That's why I was like, okay, so she has gotten her situation taken care of. But to your point, I have seen people do really stupid stuff. This might be wrapped there around the top of the list, if not the top. It clearly tells you on that thing, do not let your skin come in contact with this. Now, for some slow people out here,
even if it don't tell you, dog,
comes out your
even
skin.
if it don't tell you, it's super glue and it's called Gorilla Glue. It's not even called, bro, it's called Gorilla Glue. Gorilla.
Like Magilla Gorilla. And she had to be
There's
so
nothing
cute.
about the name Gorilla that implies flexible or easy to clean up.
That woman said she had to be cute to the point where her hair was laying out so sharp, it wasn't coming back up. Like, I don't know who she trying to look good for, but when your option is you ain't got no regular holding spray, which is what you're supposed to use, and use Gorilla Glue, and but some way your brain glue.
To put her like tracks in, right? Or some shit like that.
No, so she gels her hair down and then she wants the baby hair shit, but she don't want it to move. So she sprayed that stuff like almost glue. It's a holding spray. So when women get their hair done, you see them like they got our designs and they don't move. They put holding spray in it so it don't move. She didn't have no more of that. So she said, oh, I could use this Gorilla Glue stuff and that should definitely hold it. The Gorilla part might not get you, but the glue part should have like clued you in like, okay, this is actual glue for like wood, PVC, cement, plastic. None of that shit say skin. So you thought shit that you use on a PVC pipe was good to spray in your motherfucking hair to hold your hair down. I'm like, I've never felt sorry for the chick. I
don't like when stories come out to make black people look bad.
I don't either, bro. But P, I can't feel sorry for this chick. It says glue in it and gorillas in the front of it. It's got pictures of.
How did it end up on social media?
She put it on there.
See.
I wanted to feel sorry for her, Pete. There's no sympathy in this story I can get. It wasn't like her beautician did it. You know, see, she went to somebody to get her hair done, and they did it, and she didn't know. I would give her that. She picked up a can of Gorilla Glue spray and said, "Shit, this will work." What?
At least she didn't get it in her eyes or some shit like that.
Bruh, she said she washed her hair 15 times. Come out. I'm like, that's why it's not Gorilla Glue. Stupid ass. And I was like, first off, why would you put that on social media is what I wonder.
That's what I want to know too.
I think you.
Let me show y'all how stupid I am. Click.
Right. I think she saw the potential of this shit could go viral and I could become a star.
Or is she stupid like a fox? You know what I'm saying? Like maybe she's not dumb. Maybe we're dumb for thinking she's dumb, and she knows exactly what she's doing.
He said, so "Look, I just have to sacrifice my hair and fuck it up, and I can give me a GoFundMe and get my hair shit redone because she know people gonna feel sick." This some people, like you said, smarty feel, but I was like, I would do a lot of stuff for fame. There's a line that's gonna be drawn, and I'm not gluing my hair down and having to go through the pain or discomfort of having it ripped from the scalp, and then I look like, no, fuck that shit. I'll be a regular everyday Joe before I do some stupid shit like that. But I couldn't feel sorry for because I'm like, one, you put the glue in your hair. Two, you put the video. If we would have put the video on social media, nobody but people who knew you probably would have known this. But that shit went viral all over the world.
She intended it to. Who put something on social media that they want to keep private?
Exactly.
So, you know what? Good for her. She showed me I'm the dummy.
Because I know she done got plenty of following and media behind this stuff.
This is the most attention she's ever got her entire life. And I can't really hate on that because, you know what? Here we are. I thought maybe, the situation sounds dumb, but that's only maybe if you're not her. To her, the situation sounds like she's doing better now than she was before she put the glue in her hair.
He said this worked out just like I wanted it to. These people are, I'm trending now. When you got this on TMZ, when TMZ got your story, it's over with. It's over with there.
Yeah. She got followers that she ain't ever had before in her life. She could probably get some endorsements now.
Yeah. All kind of shit is gonna be laid at her feet. Like, hey, we saw your story. Would you like to be our spokesperson?
Yeah. She'll get endorsements from everyone but Gorilla Glue.
Yeah. They're pretty much.
So I got to say, if I was Gorilla Glue, I'd probably jump in there and try and find some way to capitalize off of this.
Don't use it on your hair though, and having a person like this.
Because she's obviously willing to put herself out there for the sake of some notoriety and some. Oh, yeah. So if I'm Gorilla Glue, I'm like hiring her as a spokesperson or something like that.
If you wrote a check with enough zeros, she would
just don't put it in your hair.
She would put, you know what? You could always, a company that's good at marketing could flip a negative for somebody else to say positive. Like, I put Gorilla Glue in my hair and I washed my hair 15 times. They come in like, you can wash your hair 50 times and it won't come out.
That's right. 100 times. It doesn't matter. It's that strong.
Like that motherfucker. What's the dude died? Billy Mays with this Billy Mays here. I'm like, this motherfucker used to be so excited. I'm like, you did this shit with Gorilla Glue. Like, this motherfucker washed his hair 50 times. This shit's not coming loose.
Billy Mays is dead, man.
Hell yeah. You don't know that?
No.
He died in like, oh man, he been dead since like 08, 09. 07 maybe. Somewhere around right when Barack was coming into president, somewhere between 07 and 09, he died. Yeah, because you know,
it just don't stop. No, I'm joking. I just want to say something stupid.
You notice you don't see his, because you know who, him and Crocodile Hunter died around the same time. That might be why you didn't hear about it, but they died not far from each other. I remember when that motherfucker died. I was like, wait a minute, This nigga is a crocodile hunter. He got killed by a stingray. What kind of fucking irony is that shit?
It's called a plot twist.
Exactly. Like, motherfucker, you don't even hunt stingray.
If you watch anything, you kind of know that at some point something was going to get him. It's unfortunate. His family has a new show too about animals and shit, and hopefully they stay away from,
Dude, that's like the people on Swamp People dying at the goddamn Waffle House. Like, y'all niggas hook alligators with your hands, and you die from a goddamn scattered, smothered, and covered waffle, nigga.
Mm-hmm.
But this shit's hilarious. But P, we gonna wrap it up, man. Been a great show. Appreciate you joining in. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. We gotta get everybody on. Hopefully next time we can get everybody on the show together, man. But
debauchery,
you coming through, having some fun with it. We're gonna get this posted. Everybody check out From the Mind of Bo on YouTube. Also check out the Instagram From the Mind of Bo. P, anything you want to plug? Business, anything like that, man? Anything going on?
No, man, not really. I don't, y'all be good to each other and stop, spreading germs. Keep your goddamn mask on and stop touching motherfuckers all the time.
Yeah, keep your mask on.
I'm trying to go to the movies, dog. I'm trying to get out and do shit, man, and live my life, man. So let's figure a way to get this shit.
I keep seeing people with no mask on. I'd be wanting to say, what the fuck is wrong with you?
My biggest pet peeve used to be dudes that wear their pants sagging, but now it's people with no mask. That's a whole nother conversation we can get into.
It is.
Some other time.
That is a problem as well. But yeah, the mask shit. I guess people think because it ain't in the news every single day, like every minute it's been dying. No, people still die from this shit a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And these motherfuckers are walking around breathing. I'm like, oh, this motherfucker got a mask on. What the fuck are you thinking about?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. Appreciate it, bro. I'm gonna get this posted. We gonna definitely do this again with all the fellas on here so we can cut up and talk about all our wild times as youngsters in the streets of Atlanta.
And then I'm really gonna be drunk that time.
Yeah,
it's too early in the day for me.
We gonna talk next about time. We gonna talk about the motherfucking when we moved in together. We gonna talk about the time we fucking hit the deer and shit.
Mm.
I told the story.
Peace, that deer.
I told the story way back when I got my car stuck in the ditch when you was with me.
I told that story also. Actually, I told that story also actually to Tamika. So I told her about that story.
Anybody if you go back to like maybe earlier last year, I told a story about going to see this girl I was dating, and I got my mom's car stuck in the ditch. Paris was with me, everybody. He was up there laughing and shit. I'm trying to figure out how to get this.
It's kind of funny.
He was like trying to be like supportive, but he was over there like so engulfed with the humor of it all. I didn't have time left because I had to get my mom car this ditch, but he was like looking like, oh shit.
I just told that story. That's funny. Stick that. Was it like a wooden plank or something? We had to.
I don't remember how.
But not what it was. You got that wood under the tire, and then.
Because the car was in the three-wheel motion like in a Dr. Dre video. Like, oh.
It was.
And I wish I had a picture of it because people can't really understand. Like a low rider in a Dr. When they had a front wheel up and the back wheel is like all. That's how my mom's car was sitting there. So I got two wheels on some ground. One wheel barely touching the ground. The other one all in the air, ain't touching shit. So I don't know how we had to rig that to get it out, but he is the one who was with me who saw this shit firsthand. So if you think I'm lying, he will verify this shit actually happened. And to this day, my mom never knew that story. I never told her that shit because the car wasn't damaged that you could see. And it drove fine, so she never asked me about it. So I was like, I'm not gonna get in trouble for no shit. But
it was fun.
It was definitely an adventure, and glad to say nobody lost their life in it, namely me, because if I would have put my mom's car, it might have been ugly.
Deer? Oh, that's different.
Huh?
Except that deer. We'll talk about that another time.
That deer shit was hilarious, bro. Yeah, we got to talk about the deer story.
They killed the deer, though, just to be clear. Unless if it was laying there grasping on to life, at which point I probably did kill it once I ran over it.
I think he's.
But I'm not sure.
I think he was dead. I just think you finished him off. He was.
In my head, he got hit and he was kind of trying to drag himself off the side of the road. And I was like,
And yo, we was flying.
No, I'm joking. That's not how it is.
We was flying when we hit this motherfucker.
Yeah,
it wasn't
airborne.
like boom, boom. We was like, oh shit.
And TV shows and stuff like that happens. The TV show goes into slow motion.
Yeah.
And I felt like we went into slow motion.
We
Like
did.
I felt like I had time to like look around and then look at were you sitting next to me? I feel like I looked at whoever was sitting next to me and I looked around and I'm thinking, oh man, maybe I should have avoided the deer.
Yeah, I was in the front seat because you was driving and I saw it come. I was like, say, yo, P, I was gonna say, what's that? And before I could get that out, I said, whoa, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
That shit was hilarious, but we'll definitely talk about that another time.
That was fun.
We laughed the rest of the night about that shit. That shit was the funniest shit in the world at that moment in time. I don't know why running over a dead deer was that funny, but it's probably because the other two homeboys, them motherfuckers in disbelief, we just ran.
Did we scream deer right before we hit the deer? Yes. I felt like we did.
Yeah, we did.
Or something like that. Like we saw it, but by that point it was too late.
Right, you was going too fast. You couldn't do nothing about it. Like, oh, it did, boom. Yeah, it wasn't no reactionary shit you could have did. You did.
I want to get back out into the world, man, and run over some deers, man. No.
Shit, dude. Hey, the way they didn't build shit in Atlanta with no more woods, it just be deer. Like it's some deer in my mom's neighborhood. These motherfuckers just come walking down the street, a whole family of them, and they be walking through my front yard just chilling. They ain't even scared. They just be like strolling. What's up, Philip? Philip. What's up, Philip? He just be like live on the street, like Philip. Like you see the fucking deer walking across? Like it's 4 of them. It's a whole family of them just walking down the street chilling. Yeah, because they have no woods no more. But yeah,
humans are the worst, man.
Huh?
Humans are the worst.
Yeah, you fucking killing all the wildlife and vegetation. You got fucking it's foxes by my mom's house. I done seen fucking possums and shit. Cause deers, they don't have no goddamn woods to go to.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, so they gotta walk in your front yard. But well, we wrapping this up, everybody. It's been great. We're gonna definitely have Paris back on here again with everybody else soon so we can clown and act up. But thank you again for checking out From the Mind of Bo. We're gonna be back at you soon enough. Be peace and keep your motherfucking masses on.
Keep your motherfucking masses on.
Masses, not mass, masses.
Masses.
For them country black folk, masses. Where the masses at? Peace.